Hey. Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and for today's stock review, no other than Ford. No other than Ford. Me and a buddy of mine spoke about Ford the other day, and it just was in my soul. It was in my spirit to talk about Ford. I know I don't really talk about American vehicles that often because, quite frankly, there's only two American car companies. That's Ford and that's GM, and we understand the only thing that Ford has under its brand, has under Ford's umbrella, is Lincoln and a Brazilian company called Trolley, whereas though GM, GM has GMC, it has Chevrolet. So Ford, a lot of these American car companies have went away, unfortunately. That Chrysler, I believe Chrysler is under Fiat. So they have been sold off. They're under non-American umbrellas. But anyway, Ford. What does Ford mean? I wonder what Ford means. Does Ford mean found on the road dead? Remember, let me see. Does Ford mean F over rebuilt Dodge? Or does Ford mean found on the road driving? Now, for quite some time, the Ford stock has been going down. And Ford has never, ever filed for bankruptcy. Never has filed for bankruptcy. They've never been in any financial trouble because we understand that Ford is a company that's been around since the early 1900s. We're talking about like 1903. 1903. So that's the first thing. So Ford has a lot of money, but even though they are operating out of debt, they're still doing primarily well. Good morning, Big Uzi. So let's get into it. Let's look at the line chart. I have a lot of information regarding Ford because Ford is a large company. Ford is a large company, and I think that we should take some time with Ford. So we might be on here about 20 minutes. Hopefully, guys, you can stay the entire time. And let's really, really break down Ford. Okay, let's really break down Ford because right now, some people will say that Ford is at a discounted price. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at this. Over the past 5 years, look at Ford. They have been down 54%. I round up 54%. And through that time, let's see the peak here. Ford was up $13. Okay, Ford was up $13. October 23rd, 2015, Ford was up $15. Right now, Ford is at $685. And they've been going back and forth. 1 year, they've been down 24%. 3 months, they've been up 23%. The past month, they've been up roughly 1.5. And the past week, they've been down 1.65. And today, of course, they're fluctuating, but they're still down. Now, when I think about Ford, I really don't think about the potential for growth. I really don't. I really think about their dividends. Their dividends have been raising almost every 1 to 2 years. And quite frankly, their dividends are over 8%. But what does 8% get you with a Ford stock? It only gives you 15 cents. That's all it gives you. But I know people, a couple of buddies of mine, they have anywhere from 300 to 400 shares, okay? So let's get into the details here. For anyone doesn't know about Ford, this is just for, information. Engages in the manufacture, distribution, and sale of automotives. It operates through the following three segments: automotive, mobility, and Ford credit. The automotive segment engages in developing, manufacturing, marketing, and servicing of Ford cars and Lincoln vehicles. The mobility segment includes Ford Smart Mobility and autonomous vehicle business. So they get into the autonomous realm. But they're growing. And I mean, you were like, how can a company like Ford grow? they're growing in innovation. Okay, so if you choose, because I'm gonna give you my recommendation at the end. Let's see here. The Ford credit segment compromised Ford credit business on a consolidated basis, which is primarily vehicle-related financing and leasing activities. The company was founded by Henry Ford on June 16, 1903, and it's still in Michigan. Okay, they have roughly 200,000 employees. CEO is James P. Hackett, and their dividend is 8.71%. And here are their collection: road transportation. They're under 100 most popular stocks under 25, transportation, manufacturing, automotive, and rent and lease. Because you can rent vehicles from Enterprise, Hertz, budget car rental, and they do a lot of U-Hauls. All those moving vehicles are Ford vehicles. Okay. All right, let's see any headline news they have here. They're talking about define Trump California law to vehicle emission deals with major automakers. Okay, that's not too pertinent. Ford looks to rent its product lineup with the new Ford Bronco. Okay, we understand that the Ford Bronco should be coming out next year. I think they're going to reveal it in July. Okay, there's a little bit of controversy about O.J. Simpson, because every time somebody think about a Bronco, they think about O.J. Simpson, and for some people, that incites them, that motivates them to go buy a Bronco. With other people, mostly they're non-black based, they don't want to be associated with a Bronco with O.J. Simpson. That's just my biased opinion, okay? My biased opinion. Then they say Fleet can please launch its integration with Ford Data Services in Canada to help business access high-quality data and insights to maximize their fleet. They're talking about information services and data access to their fleet in Canada. Not too much big news there. What are the analysts saying? Okay, 11% sale, 74% hold if you have it, buy at 16%. Okay, so I mean, yes, if you have Ford, it's good to hold on to it for a while, because after diving deep into Ford, I believe Ford can be profitable in the next year or two. Should you invest today? That's the question. Should you invest today or should you wait? That is the question. So let's read other headline news from Morningstar. Ford is focusing its investment where it gets the best return. Okay, let's read a little bit more about that. It says we get the best return, which is why mostly exiting North American car segment is the right move in our opinion. Ford has tried to remove some administrative layers, and Jim F.O.R.D becomes CEO, brings opportunity for the stock to rebound. So they're trying to do a lot of things to rebound Ford stock. Ford stocks look very undervalued. They look very undervalued. Remember your PE ratios, how we break that down. That tells you whether a stock is undervalued. And they're saying that Ford is looking to be undervalued. But we expect it to remain depressed, okay, meaning they expect Ford to stay low for a certain amount of time under its debt load, and as Ford reconstructs, and they are reconstructing. And a lot of this reconstruction, believe it or not, are around two things. It's around the Ford Bronco, okay? A lot of hype behind it that people are going to buy because they totally redesigned it. And also them start to make is it hydrogen or hybrid? Hybrid and electric Ford F-150s, okay? What does the bear say? The auto industry is very cyclical, and until recently, Detroit automakers have been losing significant U.S. market share to foreign automakers for years. Yes, I drive a foreign vehicle. A lot of my friends drive foreign vehicles, either German vehicles or Italian vehicles. Ford stock can sell off heavily on microeconomic fears, even if the company itself is doing well. Furthermore, it takes significant investment to fund growth in the auto industry, which limits potential margin expansion. Debt is also high. And Ford is a company, according to their EPS, that's operating out of debt. Just because you're operating out of debt does not mean you don't have a large cash reserve. And believe me, Ford has billions of dollars in their cash reserve. Long-term profitability could be hindered by unions, which traditionally have wanted their share of the pie. The non-unionized import automakers in the U.S. do not have this problem. Okay, so they don't have that problem. And believe it or not, that is a big reason why Amazon does so well, because when they try to form a union in Washington, Jeff Bezos said, if you try to make us form a union or you accept the union, we're going to pull out of Washington. We're going to just totally, Amazon's totally coming out of Washington. And so Washington say, you know what? We're not going to allow them to do a union. We're not going to approve a union for Amazon. So that's why Amazon doesn't have a union, because once you start forming a union, there's a lot of lawsuits. There's a lot of things that go through probate and court and suing, where they can handle a lot of things out of house and be a lot cheaper for the company. Because keeping a company in court, keeping a company under union rule is very pricey. Okay, it's very pricey, because union has the power, because it has the workers. Okay. And that's why a lot of unions like to protest, because they can really, we're the skilled workers, okay? We're the skilled workers, and without us, you ain't nothing. But in a union, you have a union president, union secretary, so they're very, very organized. Whereas if you're just an employee and there's no organization that's helping you out, you just by yourself. So that's what Amazon actually loves. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think they're good in business. They like, hey, if you try to have a former union, we're just going to pull out your state. So that's why no one has really brought that up. Okay. The only thing big about Amazon right now is what? They don't pay taxes. Okay. But you as a consumer, you as an investor, you don't care, because their stock is going up and you're getting your package every 2 to 1 days. That's just the truth of the matter. Okay. Let's move on. Good old market watch. Let's look at it. Okay. 687. Let's see here. Nothing too significant to report here, except their EPS. As I told you before, they're operating out of debt. Let's look at their 52-week range. So in the past 52 weeks, you could have really made some money. This is what I'm talking about. Anytime I tell you the 52-week range and you look at their current stock price, if you would have bought Ford at $4, let's just round up. You would have bought Ford at $4 and sold it at $9.65, $9.65. If you would have sold it at its peak, right, and you held that cash in reserve in your investment account, then you would have bought it back at $6 or $5, okay? Do you understand the amount, the accumulation, the additional shares you would have bought? You would have more stock. You would have a more percentage of Ford stocks in your portfolio. So that's why it's important to kind of watch the market. Now, if you are a long-term / life-term investor, then this is not for you. But if you are a day trader, if you are a short-term trader, right, you like to trade every month or 3 months to a year, then this really means something to you, because you missed out. And I don't want to say Ford is a volatile stock, but it has a lot of volatility. But Ford has been around since 1900. They haven't been public that long. Of course, the stock market's not that old. But nonetheless, they've been around, and I don't think Ford is going anywhere for a very, very, very long time. Because two things. They're looking into the Ford Bronco really being their leading vehicle when it comes out next year, or at least when they reveal it. And then number two, them getting into the hybrid and the electric Ford F-150 pickups, okay? I would love to see how those look, because I got some daunting news for you guys when it comes to Ford and what they were trying to do. What else do we have here? Control some weight. Okay, talking about Tesla, of course. GM and Ford have a secret weapon in EV development trucks. Look at this. General Motors and Ford have a secret weapon in electric vehicle development. Okay. Very good news. I mean, we can get into that. Tesla stock. Let's see what else that we have here. Let's go back up here. I'm not going to read this news story, but it's just, you know, could be exciting. Let's see here. What do they have? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Money, of course, matters. Here we go. It says Tuesday that Ford and GM have another way to fund electric vehicle development through truck profits. Higher truck margin share and higher than average truck profits can generate enough cash to help them become electric vehicle players. Okay. So look for, if you're looking to buy a pickup truck, they may be decreasing the price of their trucks to sell more trucks. Their profit margin would decrease a little bit, but they will sell more trucks, so they will make more money in the end. That's the whole point of that. They need something to get into the space. And granted, Remember me telling you about the $500 million that they gave to Rivian so they can start building their SUVs and their Ford F-150s on the Rivian platform? Got more information regarding that. I have more information regarding that. Okay. Both GM and Ford both have EV plans, and the investor will surely love the pair to be treated like EV stocks. GM trades for just 7 times estimated 2021 earnings. Let's see what else do we have? Nothing else. Nothing else. Let's move on. As a matter of fact, let's go and read some of your comments. I want to see who are in the chat room today. We got Big Uzi. We got Laverne Gibbs, fast on the race day. Good morning, Big Uzi. We got Clan Killer. He says, GM Ross, have you seen the overstock stock? I have 610% gain in the last 3 months. Wish I knew that this was under $10. Don't do that. Don't do that to me this morning, guys. Punk in Disorder says Ford has no dividend at the moment. What you mean they have no dividends? I'm reading 8.71%, and even on Market Watch, they have them at 15% as well. Okay. So I'm not privy to any this information. I actually looked up today. So if you have any information, Punk and Disorder, please put that in the chat room so we can all be aware of the changes. We have SR4 Triple S, the Full Eclipse. Okay, I'm just gonna call you Full Eclipse. Invest into Ford on February 5th, 2020. Okay. We also say Punk and Disorder says Jim Hackett stepped down. Wow, they have not updated. See, that's what I'm talking about, Robinhood. You got to watch Robinhood, guys. New Ford Bronco looks to compete with the Jeep. Good. A lot of people are ordering the Bronco. I've seen that. That's why I said that's going to be their leading vehicle. And then Clan Killer says Blink Charger stocks look valuable for the next few years. Okay, I'm going to write some of these down. If you guys always give me stocks, believe me, I'm going to write them down. Doesn't mean I'm going to do a review on them, but I'm going to write them down. And if I look into them, they can be profitable or unprofitable. Then I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a review. Overstock, and we got Blink Charger. Okay. All right. Let me look into my chat room here, guys. Let me see who's in the room. See if I miss any notes. Good morning, Nolan Baptiste. Good morning. All right. Let's move right along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move right along. Look at this right here. This might be pertinent information. Ford to invest $1.45 billion in 2 Detroit plants and add 3,000 jobs. Okay. Now this is back in December of last year. So a lot has happened since then, and we call it COVID-19. Okay. We call it COVID-19. Let's move on though. Let's move on. I'm just giving you information. Ford Rivian. Ford's Lincoln Luxury Band announced a new partnership with Rivian to build an all-new fully electric vehicle using the latest electric platform over the last year. Rivian has secured almost $3 billion in investment from several companies, including Ford, who invested $500 million in an EV startup. Got to be more careful. But no, that's not the latest news. Okay, that's not the latest news. I've said that before. Okay, if anybody don't know what a Rivian looks like, here it is. They're very beautiful trucks. Okay, and they're talking about at an affordable price of their R1T that's coming out later this year. So if you're looking to buy an electric SUV pickup, they're coming out with the R1T pickup. Rivian is, and they're talking about $69,000. They didn't lost it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so let's move on. Now, in accordance with all of that, the R1T will be outfitted with a dream car price. A dream car price. Yeah, it is a dream for me. This is a dream. I would love, see, I need a pickup truck. Anytime you have a house, it's good to have a large SUV or pickup truck. But when they say to be outfitted with a dream car price tag, when it goes on sale in 2020, the base model, okay, we don't even know if the base have electric windows, electric power. Wait a minute, it's an electric vehicle. So does it have electric vehicles? Wait a minute. Is it electric vehicles or electric windows or power windows? See, these things baffle me. The base model starts at $69,000 with different battery configurations. Run the truck's price ceiling to around $100,000. Pre-order start this week and require a refundable $1,000 deposit. That was in 2018. But that's when they're coming out later this year with this R1T pickup. And they're very beautiful cars. Let's look at a couple of pictures. So as you see this little tunnel right here, okay, they have this whole platform where you can pull out and you can camp from this platform. I don't see the pictures. They had a model on here. Okay, they had a model. There it is. Here it is. You see this? He has kind of like she has like a platform where they're cooking. They have a tent with their elevator above here. So this is one of those really functional utility pickup trucks. Believe me, I like it. I mean, I'm not going camping. I did camping for 20 years. It's not about that. It's about all the functionality. It's all about all the functionality that I like about it, okay? So if they ever become a public, if they ever have an IPO, I'm going to let you guys know because I want to invest in this company. But I don't know because Amazon gave like over $700 million. So they have a lot of investors. I think it's going to be hard for them to come public. And if they do, they're going to be breaking off a lot of companies, a lot of their shares, okay? But very, very beautiful vehicle. But this whole dream price thing of $69,000, $100,000, that is a dream price for most people, okay? So that's the Rivian R1T that Ford was going to use their platform and battery. Let's move on. Because I still got some more news. I know I'm waiting. I know. Now, let's talk about the dividends for Ford. Because I know that, what's his name? Pumpkin has already said there has no more dividends. Ford has been having dividends for a very, very long time, okay? So here we go. This is going back all the way back to 2012. You got 25 cents, 5 cents, and now we're up to 15%, okay? 15 cents, not 15%, 15 cents. And this is now up, the yield is now up to 8.71%, okay? So they are doing their due diligence when it comes to their dividends. What else? What automotive brands are currently owned by Ford? Okay, just so you guys know, you have Ford, Lincoln, and Trolley. And now when it was going to start making their electric vehicles, there was going to be the Ford F-150, and they were going to make it under the Lincoln brand. The Lincoln brand, okay? And just for you guys to know, brands no longer owned by Ford. Okay, Jaguar. Ford acquired Jaguar in 1990 and Land Rover in 2000. But both brands were sold to Tata Motors in 2008. Volvo, a producer of Sweden's luxury vehicles, was also part of Ford Motor Company's Automotive Group for a period lasting from 1990 to 2010. Mercury, a former Ford division known for producing entry-level luxury vehicles, was discontinued in 2011. So there's no more Ford, Lincoln, Mercury. No Mercury. It's just Ford, Lincoln, Trolley. Okay? Moving along. Update. This is the update you guys is waiting for. June 1920, Ford has moved the Bronco reveal date to July 13th after realizing that the original date coincided with O.J. Simpson's birthday. June 13th, Ford has announced that the 2021 Bronco will be revealed on July 9th, 2020, which they only showed a picture. And then Ford will finally show the 2021 Bronco to the world in July 2020. Let's see what they got here. So there's a lot of orders for this Bronco for some reason. Now, there's going to compete with the Jeep, as one of the viewers said. And it really looks like a revolutionary invention of a cross between a Jeep and I can't really say SUV. It kind of looks like, what is this? It looks like a retrofitted Jeep, right? Like they wanted to enclose the Jeep more, but you can tell right here that the roll bars are kind of ingrained inside the frame of the vehicle, I guess. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm no car genius, no car expert, but I'm just looking at it how they embedded the roll bars inside of it. And you're right, it's competing with the Jeep. But when you put the shell on it, it still kind of looks like a Jeep. I don't see it being an SUV anymore. Let's see if there are any more pictures. I like that. I do. I mean, it would be played out after about 5 years with that color. What else they have? Nah, this is not for me. This is not for me. Nah. Okay. Anyway, the question that you guys wanted to know, should you invest in Ford? I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to go back over to Robinhood. I'm going to do you one better. And I'm going to tell you, should you invest in Ford? And then hold it. Hold it for a while. Hold it for a while, because it's going to take them some time to get these EV vehicles off the ground. Okay. Looking at Ford as we speak. Ford Motors. The ticker, the symbol is F for Ford. And the question that you had is, should you invest in Ford? Should you hold your investments in Ford? Okay, let's do it. $100. I'm doing it. I got 14 and a half shares for Ford. Let's review it. Course, deposit, review, deposit funds. And these are the things that you have to absolutely hold, okay? Let's see. I got to refresh. There's my $100. And got them. So that's my answer. Should you invest in Ford? And the answer is yes. That is my opinion. Okay. That is my opinion. But again, you should wait a very, very long time to see any returns on profit. Right now, the only thing you'll be getting is dividends. Okay. That's the only thing you'll be getting, dividends. Let's look at any of the notes that you guys have updated. That's about it for the day, guys. This is Financial Literacy 101. Don't forget, tonight at 7 p.m. Central, I'm going live and we're going to do part 1, learning how to option trade. Okay, very, very basic, very, very simple. Okay, now option trading could be very difficult, but I'm going to break it down as much as I can, Barney style, for you guys to at least get the gist. I'm going to try to do this in 2 parts. But the first part is going to be live. It's going to be tonight at 7 p.m. Central Time. So hope to see you guys there. You guys have a great and wonderful day. Learn money and be inspired. You guys take care of yourself. I'm out.